Good morning. Today we are going to free motion quilt this top. This top is to go, I'm going to make a little cushion that matches the quilt. I'm not going to show you how to make the cushion because I've already done that in a previous video. This will be the backing. So it matches the quilt as well as the front, and then this is the colour of my zip. It doesn't matter the fact that the zip's too big because we can cut that down after we finish sewing it on. As I say, I've already shown the video of how to attach a zip in a cushion, which is what I should be doing to this. But the first thing we need to do is find the wadding. So we've got our wadding. And I've cut it about 1.5 inches bigger all the way around. Then we've got our spray. I get this from Wilko. People in the UK, they sell this at Wilko, and it's rather a large tin, so it'll last you a while. And for some reason it comes out in a weird way. Ooh. But we only need a bit. Give it a good shake. That's better. And it just seems to spray all over the place. I've had it a while. So then once you've got a little bit sprayed on there, pop it on and then flatten it out. If you're a beginner in free motion quilting, then start off with little projects that you can manage like this. Now the reason I'm using spray and pins is because I have problems with not much space on my sewing machine, so to make sure my edges and that don't move, I'm making sure I need to find some more pins. Then we need some pins, and these are quilter's pins. As you can see, they've got a little kink to them just under there, and they help with putting them in. You don't have to, it isn't quite so much hard work getting them in and out when they've already got a curve. Now the reason I'm going to put quite a few around the edge is because I don't want, this is the size I want for the cushion cover, so I don't want it to pull into the middle. So I'm making sure that all 4 corners and all sides are nice and secure. I should continue to pin that all the way around, and then we'll come back. So when you're getting your machine ready for pre-motion, give it a good clean. You don't want no dust and anything like that anywhere in your bobbin or your feed dogs. So give that a good brush and a good blow, and I already did that yesterday, that was just to show you. I've taken off my regular foot, and this is my free motion foot, and you have a top. This top goes over the needle bar that you screw your needle in. That's that bar there, and that goes over the top of there, because then when your needle goes up and down, that lifts that and it jumps slightly. So then you put that in where it screws. You make sure that little bar is above your needle bar, and make sure it's really screwed in well. make sure your needle is screwed in well. You don't, because that's going to take a lot of punishment. I've got a full bobbin. I'm using pale yellow. In this machine it goes that way, so if I'm holding this way, it goes that way, so which is what that's doing there. Look, it's going anti-clockwise. It's going away from me instead of towards me. So then we put that in, we thread the machine up, and again I've got pale yellow. Yesterday I used a pale grey on the top and a pale yellow at the bottom. Today I'm using a pale yellow on top and bottom. So then thread the machine. Pull it up from the bottom. Now again, I've got problems with my drawer, so I can't put that on, but you see me do that in yesterday's video that we coped with it. So now that's already free motion quilting. So there's all pinned and glued, ready to go. There you go, look, got enough pins all the way around the sides. It's a small piece, so I don't need any in the middle. That's where I'm going to start. I've got no backing on this, I've just got the wool. Nothing should catch, because obviously I'm going to make this into a cushion, so I don't need no backing onto it. But if it gets caught or anything, then put a piece of cotton that you don't need just as a back. Right, so I've now shown you how to put this on, threaded the machine, and now I can't drop the feed dogs on this machine, so I need to cover this plate. So it only goes on one way for the needle to go in the holes. It will only fit one way. And then it's clicked into place. Now hand crank your needle down. If it's going to go in that hole, it'll go now I need to get my bottom bobbin up. So again, pull on both pieces, both sides, and I've got the bobbin thread through and the needle threaded. The only other thing I have to do on this machine is, this is the stitch length, I turn that down to 0. So that's now on 0. Put you back. So what we do is you slide that underneath. We'll start, say, here. It doesn't matter where you start in a small project. Just hold the top thread, put your needle in, move it away, and pull up. You're trying to get your bobbin thread from underneath. So now I've got two, the bobbin thread and the needle thread. Put it back, pull it so it's tight. Put your needle in, press it a couple of times to secure, and then we want to move it away so I can cut. Always leave your needle down. There you go, so I've cut that now and we're ready to go. Gloves on. Now you know I haven't got, so I have to hold mine differently. I haven't got anywhere underneath to hold, that's all I've got. So I usually hold, so yesterday I was holding mine like this, and it seems to work. It's spray basted and clipped at the edges. Hopefully that will keep the fabric from moving in. So make sure that this is down, and away we go. We're going to do exactly the same. I have my foot straight down to the floor, but I can't move very fast because I will have eyelashes and I'm meandering. I'll have to stop. Make sure your needle stops down, and if you have to turn your fabric, lift your pressure foot bar, lower it, reposition your hands, think about where you want to go next. Make sure your needle stays down. Now, because I don't want this fabric to move inwards, I'm just going to catch it like right at the edge on the end, like that, just so I can keep that from moving. Now, I haven't left myself a lot of room to get out, so I'm just going to come round here. So I'll take this one out, just catch that right at the end. Did you hear all that going wrong underneath? That's because I wasn't going fast enough. So lift your my presser footer weren't down. Look at the back, so that weren't down. So I've probably got a bird's nest. So there you go. So that's one problem we've got to get round. So clip the bird's nest. My presser foot weren't down, and I weren't going fast enough. Trials and tribulations of concentrating on lots of things and being a beginner. Never give up. So I'm not bothered about them being there if it's showing up all right on this side, which it is. So we'll just make sure it's still threaded okay, which it is, and start again, and that gives me the opportunity of starting in a different place. See how I got myself cornered into a corner there? So let's start, say, here, drop, and then we need to bring it back up again from the bobbin. Get out the way, grab both sides and pull. That pulls it up from underneath. So now I've got both again. Pull them tight, drop them in the same place. Make sure that's down. Move out the way. keep your needle down if you haven't got automatic. Cut that end off and we're ready to go again. Try and think a little bit. I always think, where do I go now? So I'm trying to concentrate on a lot of things. So I'm just going to go around this area here. Foot right down to the floor. Nice and slow. Make sure your needle stays down while you position yourself. Make sure you've dropped them. I think we've just learnt that lesson. And now this time we'll go and do this bit here. Stop with the needle down. And we'll turn it. There's quite a little gap between the sewing machine and that foot, so I can actually turn it without lifting that presser foot up. So that's good. And now we want to go and do this area here. And then keep it still while you drop the feed dogs, the needle. See, now I've started doing a bit better by doing a few more scrolls, getting it more rounded as I'm going, so it looks a bit better. All comes with practice. And then obviously I'm going round this way, so I don't all of a sudden want to go off that way, because then that will give me a point. So I still want to continue coming around down, while then I'll go into a curve. Again, keep it still, needle down. If you've got automatic needle down on your machine, then that's one thing you haven't got to worry about. Again, I'm going that way, so I don't want all of a sudden want to come this way, else I should get a point. So we have to think about how to get out of this to get back into. Keep it still, foot down, and then turn, and then obviously now I'm coming down to this area. So again, my circle is coming round that way, so I need to go a couple of stitches that way to come back into. Whoa, I didn't give myself enough room there not to hold anything with. Me lifting that foot at the back is automatic. Right, again, I don't want this corner to be sucked in or moved forward, so I'm just going to catch that very corner and keep that pin out the way at the back, especially, you know, trying not to get your glove caught in the needle. I just want to do this little bit here, then come round if possible. So I've started here, worked my way round there, so if I come here and then I'm finished. So it's just a small project and all these little bits of practicing help. Then we'll have a look at the back. And then we finished by coming straight off the work. No need to go in and cut and pull up. We've done that in the wadding. So then all I have to do then is just cut the cotton. So that's the work, which seems to be okay this side. Nice big meander. It's easier if you do a bigger one than a little one. Save all the intricate stuff for when you know what you're doing and practice it. Been practicing a while. Now let's have a look at the back. Let's say we've got no... Just cut some bits off where we stopped and started. That's it. Some... You see what we're doing better if we cut these off, because I planted it in the... I don't need to pull through because we are already, if you remember how we started, I moved away, went in a few times, but that's securing the at the front, that's securing the cotton in at the front. So let's see if you can see this. There's no spiders. That's because I took my time and slowed down. There's no spiders through any of this. So I don't have to pull anything through, correct anything. And that was easier because it was a smaller project. All I've got to do now is get a machine where I can put my hands down flat. That would be nice, wouldn't it? That is where we went wrong before. And the bobbin, that's because I forgot to put my... and I do forget what things are called now. I'm getting older, so I do apologise for all the stops and starts. That's where we've got to put the presser foot down at the back. So that was my fault. So there you go then. So that's the front. This is going to be the back. That's my zip. And then if I haven't got a cushion cover this size, then I should be making one. And if you look at cushion, and I've already made a cushion with the zip, and that's the same method I should be doing this with. Thank you for joining me. I hope that inspires you to have a go. This is only the 4th time. Yesterday was the 3rd, this is the 4th that I've actually free motion quilted. The stitches are little. I do like them a little bit bigger, but I can't seem to get them bigger on this machine because I don't think the top speed's fast enough without getting spiders at the back. But I have free motion quilted even though it's small stitches. So pat on the back for me, and that's another project done. Thank you for joining me. I hope this inspires you to get your feed dogs dropped and have a go. Thank you. Bye bye, love.